Yes, I know. I had to split it into two parts, but last time I even tried to edit a video that was longer than an hour. Never mind compile it. I was unable to open it up in my video editing software. Yeah, can't be helped. Before we start, I'd like to add something about the Army in Black. I have a theory that it was an earlier government-sanctioned experiment on Cogito, which went badly wrong. A government possibly more familiar to us as one, before the head and the wings of the world took over. War can bring desperation, can't it? I mean, just look at the timing of the nuking of Nagasaki to be just hours after the USSR got a bit too close to the Japanese mainland. A bit suspicious, wasn't it? Anyway, let's move on to the next one, as that was kind of the point of this video, wasn't it? La Luna. An old woman with a piano next to her. That piano can be played by an employee, which will increase the risk of her breaching, but will temporarily increase temperance and justice for all employees. But at the end, that employee will receive half their maximum HP in damage. Her eyes are closed. She doesn't talk, and rarely shows emotion, save for a smile at times. Likely to show her pleasure at a student's ability. As I said, she was a pianist, one of the world's greatest, in fact. Her best performance being Sonata, possibly Moonlight Sonata. It was her favourite. She received praise for her skill, making the audience feel the energy and the madness that her performance had plenty of. She left for the moon, apparently. Also, her piano was left behind in her previous residence, along with the shrunken heads as the pedals, which suggested that she was a practitioner of voodoo. Makes you think if her ability wasn't more supernatural in nature. Then again, it might just be crazy. What else is new? She was able to accelerate the musical development of employees that played her piano, although it might be a form of mind control that makes them play in this way, even though they shouldn't be able to play that well. The moon represents the human psyche, beautiful, and an expression of mad love if enough time has passed. Because we can't bear ourselves. Then again, it was believed that the moon was home to a rabbit that made mochi. Well, that's how they explain the craters. That woman will burst into black flames and appear out of the containment units somewhere else in the facility during a breach. And she'll also wear a mask and use her cane as a weapon. I'm guessing that's out of habit when her students makes a mistake. She deals average red damage during her regular attack with her cane, and high black damage during her special attack, which is a charge attack with black flames. similar to that which she used to teleport out of her containment units. Yeah, I know. Genius can have its dark side. She will return to her containment unit when the performance, special work, is over or after being suppressed, although if the cause of her breach was the special work, the agent inside, they won't be able to get out, even after all the work is done, and will start to take damage, as if they were failing at their work, until the abnormality returns to containment. So that special work is useful, but use of it needs to be chosen wisely. Otherwise, that agent's life will be at risk. And we know how relaxed Lobotomy Corporation is when it comes to collateral damage, but it's best not to waste lives without reason. As that's not using resources properly. Well, that's how it looks, certainly. And waste, I don't think that's the right word for that. Use resources. Yes, that's probably a better way of putting it. Anyway, let's move on to the next one. What cause for concern is there for a man of peace? Well, the Hurag monk has some. Those that do insight work on this Buddhist monk have their minds healed. Although for every 10 employees killed by any method other than execution bullets, he risks breaching. The same goes for any result other than good, or if someone panics when near his containment units. He was born long ago, one who walked the path of Buddha, seeking enlightenment. He was heading home to spread Buddha's teachings, when he wanted to attend another monk's cremation. He was stopped due to an evil spirit lingering in the town. This didn't stop this monk. When he attended the ceremony of Avalokitesvara, sorry if I butchered the pronunciation, whom they chanted out in desperation, rather than commemoration. They were disappointed by him only generating 2 spoons of Sarira, that which is formed when a monk betters his body and spirits, and finally reaches Nirvana. It must be reached naturally, and can't be formed artificially. This slightly disturbed a few at the ceremony, including the fact that this monk that was cremated was known for his good karma, sharing food with those that were hungry, clothes to those that were cold. Even so, it wasn't enough, as he was a poor monk, even though he was a benevolent living saint. Yeah, that's surprising to me as well, considering that Buddhist monks aren't known for being materialistic. To put this into perspective, a monk from a different temple earned more than 300 spoons of Sarira, which resulted in sparkling lights across the sky, and the emperor ordered 4 temples built to commemorate this. And the Buddha had enough Sarira to fill a grand palace. Those that have none are a sinner of the free world, with a path to nowhere. Enough Sarira will provide a reputation worthy of song and chants in a temple built in his name. Perhaps that monk had some bad karma that... the knowledge of which... burned with the fires that turned him to ashes. As for the monk who attended this cremation, he was told that there was a mound not far from there, with several old pagodas, with boxes of Sarira of long-forgotten great monks, which, if he consumed them, might let out more than Buddha. This monk did so, and would result in a grave mistake. Perhaps the one who told him was an evil spirit in a more benign form. He went there, and it resulted in a demonic creature being created with long arms, claws, and an unnaturally big mouth, along with a shattered prayer bead. Since then, this resulted in monks in the area not sleeping alone, and carrying a talisman that repels demonic spirits, along with the creation of a chant that translates to, "Are you a monk? Are you a monk? You are no longer a monk. A demon shall never reach heaven." Told to monks who have not yet realized that they have become a demon. Sounds like they succumb to the Dark Hado and have a kanji appear on their back when they kill someone. The monk will change his appearance into his more demonic form and reach containment when the quick-off counter is depleted. He can take a fair amount of punishment, and can move moderately fast. He will crawl around the hallways, attacking nearby employees, either with a swipe attack, or a charge attack, where he builds up power for a time and then charges forward from one end of the room to the other with his mouth open. He will stop when he hits something, or when he reaches the end of the room. If he hits something, they take a lot of red damage. The breaching will continue until he's either suppressed, the day ends, or everyone is dead. Heroic monk. If he is, he's a tragic hero. Well, let's just say that Harvey Dent had a point. Anyway, let's move on. Lastly, we have an abnormality with not a lot of info and, well, it speaks for itself. You're bald. Those that aren't already bald will become bald when working on this abnormality, although those that are bald will have better work results. Those contacted by it for 1 hour, they'll talk and write about how good it is to be bald, and even make themselves bald, as if they're trying to look like Bruce Willis or Vin Diesel or Dwayne Johnson, or any other bad that lack hair on their heads. Its goal is to make everyone bald. As if that wasn't obvious. Yeah, think chemotherapy, but more instantaneous. that was certainly lengthy, but at least I got all of those out of the way. What shall be next? Well, you'll find out soon enough, as I've still got more to work on besides that. Until next time. Hail the rabbits!